Hey everyone, welcome back. My review this time was a little later than usual, but it's because my flip camera came in today, and that should be much better quality than my digital camera. First off, let me say that this review is going to be a little bit different than my last reviews, because what I did with this one was I went back and re-watched the first 3 episodes of Steins before watching the 4th episode. I wanted to go back and rewatch everything in case I missed something, I caught something that stuck out more because of later episodes or whatever. And that happened. So the first part of this review is going to be on the first 3 episodes. So this is something I noticed. I didn't notice the first time. And when you rewatch it, it's honestly really weird when you know that Mikaze got stabbed. Remember when Okaran and Mayumi are sitting there, or standing there, in the radio building after the lecture, and they hear the scream, which leads Okaran to Mikaze's body being stabbed to death. The scream was very male, deep, and masculine. Not a woman's scream by any means, so that leads me to wonder who screamed, because unless there's something about Mikaze that we don't know, which would be really awkward, she couldn't have screamed like that. You know, hers would have been more high-pitched, more shrill, more womanly. That confuses me. So I'm wondering about that. That's really something you should go back and watch and catch. Another thing is the text message that went back to the past. Of course, everybody knows that's when everything started, but go back and watch, and it really, really is when everything started. Because if you go back and watch, and you have the knowledge of what happened in the other episodes, and in episode 1, you know the satellite crashed, right? Well, Okaran goes to the roof. I think, I'm not 100% sure if this is after the lecture or before the lecture, but I'm almost positive that it's before. Now, I may be wrong on that. But anyway, he opens the door to the roof and sees some people working on the satellite. The satellite at this point is not crashed, or at least that's what it looks like, satellite. I'm pretty sure it is. I don't see what else it would be. Then he finds Mikaze stabbed, sends a text to Daru after panicking and run out in the street. And that's when, you know, things start getting crazy. He's running around and everybody else disappears. He's running around, runs into Mayumi, and she says she didn't notice it. Now, I wonder what that is. Teeter was saying that when time travel happens, there's 2 lines, like line A, line B. And when he sent that message, obviously something happened with time travel. So I wonder if that's what created those lines, and he was in line B while the real world was in line A. And when Mayumi said something to him, and then the rocks fell, and he looked up and saw the satellite, he was jerked back into world A. That's my theory. I could be wrong. He could be just imagining that everybody wasn't there. But I'm pretty sure that has something to do with time travel. So the text somehow caused the satellite to crash, which was the reason the lecture was cancelled, which was the reason Mikaze was saved, right? So that whole chain of events obviously came because of the text, which is really something you notice when you go back and watch. I highly recommend watching the first episodes again. Also, in the second episode, Okaran walks out on the sidewalk and he says, he's talking to the part-time worker for the shop, the TV shop, and he says, after he started mentioning about CERN and stuff, and he says that the organization, which we now know is to be CERN, got in contact with 3 people that he knew, and Okaran said it was because of him that this organization got in contact with these 3 people. Here are the 3 names. Listen closely and write this down. So if you're trying to figure out what happened, you know these: Sarah, Claudia, Simona. I am really wondering what happened to these people. Like, are they dead? Are they kidnapped? Are they disappeared? I mean, what is going on with them? O'Karn obviously feels guilty about it, because there was a sense of remorse there when he was talking about it. Next thing I will talk about is the IBN 5100. The girl that was taking pictures of O'Karn obviously is looking for it, and I believe she has her own purposes of looking for it. Like, I mean, why would she just be randomly looking for it? She seems very determined to find it. I mean, she's sending O'Karn a billion messages a day, obsessive over this fucking thing. And why? Does she have her own time travel theories to worry about? Or what is she looking for it? And then, Daru hacks into CERN and reads some emails, and they found out that somebody got killed. That CERN killed somebody in one of their tests. And that leads to getting a code that is on the same page as the emails in a secret database or a mysterious database, and they have to crack it. I'll get back to that in a minute, but I have to say something about the turntables and the microwave. Two incidences that I want to talk about. The gel bananas and the chocolates or whatever, the treats that Mayumi brought to everybody and they used in the microwave when the microwave exploded. O'Karn said, while microwaving the chocolates, let's just use chocolates because I'm not really sure what they were, that to use the turntable backwards, rotate it backwards. Backwards, back in time, maybe there's a connection with that, I don't know. But that theory seemed to work, and then maybe opened the microwave, and it blew up, destroying the microwave. I'm not sure if it destroyed the cell phone or not, and destroyed the table under it. So I'm really wondering if backwards has something to do with it. And to test the theory out, I watched two scenes. First from episode 2, when they're doing the gel bana, and the gel bana gets back in the regular bunch, but it's all jelly, but it's connected like it had never been taken out. Watch, seriously, go back and watch this for yourself, so you can see what I mean personally. The, when it turns, unless I'm mistaken, and I could be, and if I am, I'm sorry, but when the gel bana turns backwards, because when they rotate the box of chocolates, it only shows the microwave rotate for a brief second. But compared to two, and I'm almost positive they both turn the same way, and if they turn the chocolates backwards, because that's what they said they meant to do, then obviously the gel bananas are too. Now back to the code. O'Karn sent John Titor a message with the code, and they get a message back that says, the O'Karn gets a message back that says, yes, they need the IBN 5100 to deanalyze the code and figure out what it means. So they go searching for the IBN 100, but there's something I need to cover before we get back to that. Because I personally believe that she knows more about time travel. She believes in it or something. She knows more than she's letting off. That's pretty fucking obvious. Because she's so quick to miss time travel, but her actions and attitude, how she gets so angry, how she's so defensive. She knows something more than she was telling. And then when she walks off, she remembers, you hear her think in her head about what O'Karn said about the IBN 5100 being connected to CERN. So she knows a lot more than she's letting off. And so the girl that works at the cafe has an IBN 5100, and they go to get it. And when they're there, the father says that he kept the computer for one reason. Because in the past, 10 years ago, from the current date of the anime, or what's happening in the anime rather, the person that gave the father the IBN 5100 told him to save it because somebody, a young man, O'Karn, would come looking for it someday. So somebody knew that O'Karn was going to come look for it. And is that John Titor? Who knows? I'm wondering if that's what I'm thinking. Because John Titor said he never went back to the year 2000, and maybe this happens in 2010, because I know the anime has been out, and the game and stuff has been out in Japan for about a year, so that would make sense. 2000, 2010, 10 years apart. But John Titor said that he had never been to the year 2000, but another line may have done it. So somehow maybe the lines are getting mixed up. It's still very confusing, but it's very interesting at that. So this is my review of the 4th episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really appreciate all the fans. I'm getting more fans. I'm getting more hits. I appreciate everybody's comments. Thank you very much for watching this. Until then, El Sai Kanguru.